Hey there, how are you today? My name is Dana Damara. You've landed on Astrocast. Okay, so I have a lot to say about this new moon, okay? Because we also have this once in 2,500 year conjunction of Uranus, North Node, and Mars. So this forecast might be a little bit longer. So if you need to pause me and go get a cup of coffee or tea or water, whatever you need, I'll wait. But grab a notebook because this one's big. Okay, I'm really excited about it for a couple of reasons, right? So we have this new moon in the sign of Leo. And there's one thing I want to say that kind of came about before the new moon Leo, and it's kind of subtle, okay? We had the opening of the 8-8 Lionsgate portal, okay? So when we talk about the Lionsgate portal, and I'll do a whole recording on that, it doesn't like open and close on August 8th, okay? It opens around July 26th, and then it stays open till a little bit after August 8th. And I'll do a whole recording on it. But basically, Lionsgate Portal is all about abundance, creativity, inspiration, everything that has to do with heart chakra. Okay, so excuse me, I'm a Leo. My sun sign is Leo, I should say. And I've got a ton of Earth in my chart. But I love Leo season, even if I wasn't a Leo, because the sign of Leo is all about love, connection, abundance, creativity, joy, all of that. So we move into this new moon Leo. By the way, it's on July 28th at 10:55 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We move into this new moon Leo, and we're really moving in this like beautiful, excited, loving energy. Okay. And we have this Uranus, North Node, Mars conjunction. So I want to show you my screen. Remember, I said this one, it's probably gonna be a little bit longer. Okay. So just bear with me. Make sure I share the right thing with you. Okay. Be embarrassing if I didn't. Okay. Okay, this is so exciting. Okay, so there's really a lot of things happening. First of all, here's your new moon, sun and moon in the sign of Leo at 5 degrees. Now, I should say this 5 degrees is about new beginnings, and it's really, this new moon could not be any more powerfully connected and pointing us to our life's purpose than this one right here. Okay, like truly the silver lining, everything is on the wall. Like all the positivity is here. I don't want to get too ahead of myself though, but there's two really important aspects happening that affect this new moon, and one is with Jupiter. Jupiter's over here. It's making a trine to both the sun and the moon. And then also here's that North Node, Uranus, Mars triple conjunction in the sign of Taurus. I'm sorry, it's really not funny. I shouldn't be laughing. I shouldn't be laughing, but it's just ironic. And honestly, I'm going to go over this, but everything that we're looking at in the media that is disrupting our systems, okay, this is why I'm smiling, is that Mars, Uranus, North Node conjunction. And I'm going to talk all about that in a minute. I want to stay on track, but North Node is about the future. So we're really moving into this futuristic energy with new ways of doing things, new people in our lives, new opportunities. But here's the theme. Are you ready? Adaptability. So you got to be adaptable. So anybody out there that's like, this is my plan, this is what I'm doing, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. I'm totally guilty of that sometimes. You better just kind of write it in pencil because it might change. Okay. I don't want to get off on a tangent just yet. I actually took lots of notes. So I would stay on target, and I wrote little notes that said stay on target. So I'm going to try to do that. So Leo new moon, it really is one of the sweetest new moons that we've had in a while. It carries a vibration of abundance and love and creativity because of Leo the lion. I can attest to the fact that Leos do rule by their heart chakra. We're all about love. We love love. We just want everybody to be in love. And we have a side to us that is flamboyant in nature and potentially a little bit dramatic. But if you can always remember that at the base of Leo is love, then you can't help but love a Leo. It's a good time though to pause and ask yourself, is this the way I want my life to go? Like, am I really truly living my life in a way that is in alignment with who I am? Am I being authentic? Am I, adhering to my values? That's Venus. I'm going to talk about that if I remember. And Pluto is still making aspects to Mercury. I shouldn't say that. And Pluto will be across from this new moon, opposite this new moon. And Pluto has been saying to us for a while, and when I say a while, I mean like maybe a couple of weeks or so. The Pluto's been saying, are you thinking this through? Is this really what you want? Is this really truly like what you desire? Is this your deepest intentions? And I know this to be true because I have spoken to so many people over the last 3 weeks who have said, I've just been so tired. I don't know why I'm so tired. Well, here's part of the reason, okay? Pluto is this little teeny tiny little planet that is just packed with energy. And Pluto's like, hang on, go into the depths. I need you to rest. We have got Mars, Uranus, and North Node sitting in Taurus. Okay. And they're conjunct each other, and it's asking us to pause. So Pluto is like, chill out, just wait, just sleep, just rest, because this energy of this conjunction is going to be big and I need you to rest. Okay. So let me go back to my screen again. I get really excited about all this. So asking yourself, is the direction that I'm headed in, whether it's in a relationship or if it's in your career choice, or most likely because Pluto's sitting in Capricorn, am I really living my most authentic life? So take the time to really, if you haven't been already, really asking yourself, is it time to shift? And then, Leo the lion is also very fierce, very courageous, very, puts the cart before the horse, doesn't really think things through, just likes to be impulsive and led by the heart. So just watch that energy as we move, not only with the new moon, but also those days following as we move toward that conjunction. Just remember that Leos are ruled by their heart, and everything that Leos do. I mean, obviously I can't speak for all Leos, but I can speak for myself and the ones that I know. We just love, and we want you to know that we love you, and we want everybody to be in love. So just remember that that's at the base of Leo. But I do want to say, just take a breath because I'm like so excited here. I do want to say, it's a very, during the week, even there's this energy that's kind of like staticky and a little like zzz. So, be mindful before you speak. Think about what you want to say. Think twice before making any kind of like bold, erratic statements. You can make plans, but please, 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 please allow yourself to be adaptable, because it's just uh, that's just the energy right now. I can't say it enough. Here's what I will say too, though, before I dive into Uranus and Mars and the North Node. Jupiter over here is sitting kind of close to Chiron, not really, but Jupiter's sitting in Aries, and Jupiter's making a trine to the sun and the moon. Now, this is gorgeous. This is beautiful energy. This is all about passion and movement forward. And because it's in Aries, it's amplifying new beginnings, right? So new beginnings in relationship, new beginnings in romances, new beginnings in, you know, the ways you make money or create financial freedom for yourself, new people in your life, new friends, new opportunities. It's like, so much new. And Jupiter also, let's see, is Jupiter in retrograde then, or does it go? It will go into retrograde pretty soon after. In fact, I think it's on the same day, within hours of the new moon. So when planets go into retrograde, right, they will amplify their essence. So when Mercury goes into retrograde, we're being asked to think things through a little bit more, right? That's communication. When Jupiter goes into retrograde, and so sometimes we may look at retrogrades as like I don't want to say negative, but like a negative instance, right? Like, oh no, so-and-so's in retrograde, such and such a planet. I think absolutely differently. I think when planets go into retrograde, it's beautiful because it gives us an opportunity to look at things a little bit slower. And when Jupiter goes into retrograde on this new moon, it allows us an opportunity to, again, ask those questions. Is this the path for me? Is this my path? Is it? I don't know. How do I feel? I'm a big feely person, right? And we all have the opportunity to be a feely person. That's why we incarnated in this body, right? So we could feel. So my invitation to you is to feel into something before you just like jump into it. Okay. Jupiter is going to offer up all of these beautiful opportunities for abundance and just so much amazingness, for lack of a better word. But Jupiter can also like over exaggerate and over deliver and then creates burnout. Okay. So this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful aspect to be experiencing during the new moon. And just be mindful, right? It's going to bring optimism. It's going to give you, and that builds on last week's theme, right? So this is going to bring about a little more optimism in your life. Maybe you can see things from a higher perspective, see a little bit of hope. Listen, you're not going to see hope or optimism if you continually scroll through freaking social media. I'm just going to say it. Like, just don't do it unless you're going to scroll through the memes of the cats and the puppies and the babies. Like, just totally put your focus where you feel good, because there's a lot going on in the world right now. And it's not fun, but it's truth coming to the surface. And y'all, if you're just now realizing that our systems, I'll just say that our systems are broken and corrupt and inauthentic, welcome to the party. Okay. Nothing new. So choose to put your focus where it's most important so that you can feel good. Okay. I'm done with that one. I could go on and on with that one. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about this Mercury square Uranus. Okay, so this Mercury, bam, bam, right here. Here it is. Mercury, little bugger, squaring to Uranus, an exact square to Uranus. Now, Mercury's the lower mind. Uranus is the higher mind. Mercury is like your thoughts from day to day. Uranus is inspiration, higher thoughts, lightning bolts of energy, things like that, right? So Mercury squaring Uranus, which means it's also squaring the North Node and Mars. it's creating this like tension that is palpable. It's palpable. And this type of energy, this exact format here, right? This aspect that we're seeing has not happened since 324 BC, something like that, 2,400 years ago. Okay, so pretty cool statistic, right? So I'm not sure we would really have anything to compare it to, but to say that unexpected news is possible, unexpected interactions are possible. Remember, you have the trine to Jupiter, so before you get like fearful, remember there's that silver lining, right? It could change your plans. This energy could change your plans. It could change the way you see things or see different people. Like remember, there's truth bubbling up to the surface collectively, which means there's probably truth bubbling up to the surface somewhere individually in your life. So be adaptable, have your practices all in alignment. Like this, I practice, I meditate, I blah, 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 blah. Do your things and stay focused so that when something comes up, you're not so on your train going in this direction that you can't say to yourself, okay, all right, I'm going to go this way without freaking out. That makes sense? And I wait for the answer. Does that make sense? So it's a big deal. The little Mercury there is like squaring the North Node, which is all about our future and karmic loops and patterns. It's squaring Mars, which is the initiator. And, Mars wants to move forward. Mars is like, let's go. And then Uranus is like, hang on, I have this really great idea, lightning bolt. And, it's just kind of a mess. And then if you look across from Mercury, here's Mercury, right? If you look across, you follow that red line, oh, there's Saturn. So Mercury is also in opposition to Saturn, and Saturn is rules, restrictions, the Lord Kronos, the Lord of time. So we've got a lot happening here with this new moon. Okay, here we go. I want to talk a little bit about this Uranus North Node Mars conjunction in the sign of Taurus. So first things first, I want you to look at where Taurus is in your chart, okay? What house it's in. And if you don't know, go to myastrocast.com, okay? And just subscribe, and I tell you how to pull up your birth chart. And then you pull up your birth chart, and then it'll tell you what house it's in. Once you know what house it's in, all of these things I'm about to tell you, all of these things I'm about to share with you have to do with which house Taurus is in on your chart. So when I talk generally about these energies, it's going to mean something different for everyone, depending upon where these planets are in alignment with your chart, your own personal chart, and also what houses things are in. Okay, so if you want to know more about that, just go to myastrocast.com. Okay, so right after the new moon, and this is going to affect the new moon, that's why it's in this recording, we have Uranus, North Node, Mars, okay, on the 31st. So this is all about unexpected changes. North Node and Uranus only meet every 15 years, but this further push with Mars and square to Mercury is what's really making this a powerful event. Okay, so the good news about North Node conjuncting Uranus, it's the changes that come that are unexpected, normally are there to bring us to our highest good, right? So pay attention to whatever is happening during this time and keep your eyes wide open. Be awake, be alive, be prepared. I actually scratch that. There's nothing to be prepared for. Just be on your path and be awake on your path. It could be really, really unsettling for some, or it could be really, really freeing. It just depends on how far off course you are. I love this because this is about future and it's about progress. It's about new ways of doing things. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful opportunity, I should say. The only thing is Taurus, and this is important, Taurus doesn't like change. Taurus is like the bull, right? So Taurus likes stability, it's earthy, right? And so to have these planets, this energy in Taurus, it's slightly uncomfortable. So just remember, amplify your practices. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so could have something to do with your value system, the way you create financial flow for yourself. Use the Venus Taurus energy to feel into what feels harmonic for you. Okay. But when Uranus comes in like this into Taurus and sits with these two planets, it is absolutely a challenging time for Taurus. The only phrase, one of the phrases that keeps coming to mind, and a couple of my astrologist teachers said the same thing, so I feel really spot on with this, this is like paradigm shifting energy. This is like, whew, you don't even remember the way you used to do things before because you can't even do them that way anymore. You know, I have a funny story. I went to the grocery store and realized I didn't have my debit card. And I was searching through my wallet and I had a checkbook. And I wrote a check and everybody was in an uproar. They didn't know how to process a check. What do I need? Do I need a driver's license? What do I need? And I was laughing because, you know, I remember working at a grocery store when I was much younger, and we had to, like, you know, type things out. There wasn't no such thing as a debit card. It was like check or cash, you know? So that's a paradigm shift. Like no one who even uses a check anymore, right? That's a very small example, but I hope you get the gist. It's like, oh yeah, we have checks. Oh, I totally forgot about that. This energy is going to bring in a paradigm shift either somewhere in your life or collectively. So just, you know that that's coming. When this happens, right, remember that Jupiter is the silver lining. And so whatever change is coming up individually or collectively, know that it's for the best. Uranus has no attachments. Uranus is like, this is just the way it is. This just doesn't serve you anymore. This is not where you're going. North Node says it's so. This is not in your karmic plan. You're going to go this way. No, Uranus doesn't want to hear you cry or complain or anything like that, right? Uranus just wants you to trust him. And North Node shifts are all about what's coming up. So it's unknown, and it's something that we may have to grow and evolve into. And so it could be scary, right? But just remember, silver lining, Jupiter, okay? And Uranus and the North Node together is going to ask us to be independent. It's going to ask us to be autonomous. It's going to ask us to be liberated, okay, from patterns, from the ways we do things, from people, from systems, from systems, so we can create our own system. And one thing I will say is, actually I'm saying a lot, but it's important. One thing I will say is that this idea of, I'm gonna stop share, self-love, self-appreciation, any type of things that you do for yourself that really support your health and well-being. And I'm not talking just physically, I'm talking mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. You know, if you're not incorporating these things into your day as a priority, you're going to feel it with this energy. So I want you to say to yourself, what can I do on a daily basis that makes me feel good? I don't have to rely on anyone else. I'm going to do it myself. I put Post-it notes. I have a whole bunch of rituals that I do every day. And I wanted to add some things in, and I found that I wasn't sticking to them. I was like, you forgot to do that. Come on, Dana. So I took Post-it notes and put them, yes, Post-it notes, put them in the spaces in my house where I would be doing these things. And now I'm doing them, right? So whatever it takes for you to remember that this body is a gift, and this mind is a gift, and this heart is like the biggest gift. So take care of these things during this time. I think that could be it. Let's see. Yes. I think I want to say two things, and then I'll be done. So when we put self-care first, self-love, self-appreciation, right? And put self first, capital S. We're telling the universe, I'm worthy. And I believe that our life unfolds in direct proportion to how we deem ourselves worthy. And that's really important to remember, because if we don't think that we're worthy of something, we won't experience it. And we can't wait around for other people or systems to tell us that we're worthy by way of pay rates or promotions or words of affirmation or social media or likes. Like. That doesn't mean you're worthy. You have to feel that you're worthy. You feel me? So that's one thing. And then the other thing is, remember that during this week, if you're feeling like off center or you're feeling frustrated, just take a breath, have your eyes and heart wide open, and just see what unfolds. Because it may or may not be challenging, but it will be shifting. So, okay, I think that's it. I said it was going to be a long one. I am so glad I prefaced this whole thing with that. Myastrocast.com, that is going to take you to a little subscription where you can figure out how to read your chart. Not really read it, but at least figure out where your sun, your moon, your rising sign is. And then these recordings will make so much more sense. If you want your chart read, of course, please reach out to me. And gosh, enjoy this new moon. Enjoy. Thank you so much. You guys have such a beautiful day. Namaste.